Hey Valley Middle, welcome back to another math lesson. Today we're going to work on just good old-fashioned multiplication. So this is one your parents are going to like because they're going to go, I know how to do that. All right, let's get started with something fun before we get too crazy. What food makes up nearly all, or around 90% of a giant panda's diet? What food makes up nearly all of a giant panda's diet? All right, let's go back to the target. Let's see. Here we go. Got a few extra slides in today. All right. I can multiply a one-digit number by a 1, 2, or 3, or even 4-digit number. We're in 6th grade, folks. Things are really kind of adding up here. All right, let's get started. Sorry about that. I set my marker down. Here we go. First of all, I want to talk about the word product. The answer to any multiplication problem is called a product, so keep that in mind. There are lots of different ways that you've learned to multiply in elementary school. I'm going to show you a couple of different ones in this first page to refresh yourself and also cue you in on what I think is the most efficient and the best way to do it once you understand the concept. All right, here we go. This is the standard algorithm. You take the bottom number, 6 times 5 is 30. I'm going to put a 0 down and your 30 goes up. 6 times 3 is 18. Plus that 3 is 21, giving you a total of 210 as your product. All right, next one here we have, this is called A2 if you went to Echo Park Elementary School, otherwise it's called partial products. You'll see some of the same problems, just watch the way I write them down are a little bit different. 6 times 5 is 30, and then 6 times 30 is 180. So I actually made two separate lines there as I broke it into two problems, 6 times 5 and 6 times 30, which you add up is 210 as your product. Some people even do kind of a rack 'em, pack 'em, stack 'em type of problem where you break it down, you actually write it out like a number sentence, and you say, well, 35 times 6 is like 30 times 6, which is equal to 180. If you do the fact, 3 times 6 is 18. You've got 1 0. And then, well, you got 30. I need 5 more. 5 times 6 is equal to 30. So if you add these all up, you'll see that you've got your 35 here. You've multiplied it times 6, and you add up the product of these two problems, and you get 210 one more time. So this is the standard algorithm. This is what we're going to be working with today. It's the most efficient. I like this method a lot to make sure you understand that you're really taking 6 times 5, 6 times 5, and then 6 times 30. However, when you do a problem that is 3-digit by 2-digit, you end up with a lot of numbers, and then when you add those up, you sometimes make mistakes. So therefore, I'll be sticking with this method here as we move into larger numbers. All right, our next problem is 791 times 21. Let's jump in and do this. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 7 is 7. All right, this is the point where you have to put that 0 down now because now you're multiplying from the tens spot. So 0 down. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 9 is 18. There's my 10 for the 18. 2 times 7 is 14. Plus that 1 is 15. Add those guys up. We've got 1. 9 plus 2 is 11. We've got 7, 8 plus 8 is 16. 1 plus 5 is 6. 1 plus 0 is 1. 16,611. Whenever I do a problem like this, I always turn that problem around and divide it to check my work to make sure I do end up with 791 up here. Remember, when you're doing division, whatever's inside the house here has got to equal what's outside the house, or the product of what's outside the house, plus a remainder if there was one. All right, I'm not going to take the time to check that right there, because you'll see I already went and checked my work earlier to make sure I was right on target with you. The next problem. Okay, now we got a 4-digit by 2-digit. This is about as large as you're going to get in 6th grade. So we'll jump right in. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27. Plus that 1 is 28. So I put the 8 down and I put the 20 up. 9 times 0 is 0. Add the 2. We've got 2. 9 times 1 is 9. So we've got 9,288, that grouping. I'm going to erase these up here so I can not get confused. Now I'm in the tens column, so I've got to put that extra 0 down. 6 times 2 is 12. There's the 2. There's the 1. 6 times 3 is 18. Plus 1 is 19. 6 times 0 is 0, plus that 1 is 1, and then 6 times 1 is 6. If I add these guys up, 8 plus 0 is 8. Put a little plus sign over here. 8 plus 0 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 up there. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 9 is 12. We've got 9 and 1 is 10, and 1 more is 11. And we end up with 71,208. Once again, I would take and divide those answers out and make sure that you get 69 and 132. Use those as your divisor, and you should get the other one as your quotient. Okay, double check my work here, 71,208, and I was correct. Let's move on to the ticket to the show. All right, I'd like you to do these two problems right here and here on a piece of paper. Have that ready for school tomorrow, and I'll pause for a minute to let you take a look at them. Okay, let's go to the ticket to the show. I'm sorry, the just for fun question. What food makes up nearly all or nearly 99% of a giant panda's diet? That is bamboo, of course. You probably knew that. But what you probably didn't know is it was eating bamboo that the panda first learned to play the flute. Probably didn't get that one, did you? Most people don't get my humor. But anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good night.